Hey guys, welcome to another video. We got Mystic here as always, so I thought we would just start the video out with her cuteness. We never have Isis in the room. I'd have to like walk downstairs and yeah. The reason is because Mystic's my cat, Isis is my roommate's cat, so when we're both home, Mystic will spend more time with me. Isis will spend more time with him. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, a lot of the time when I got both of them in the room is because he's not home. Yeah. Hey guys. So, how is everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing great. And this week almost was gonna be a snow video, but the snow keeps coming and then melting and then coming and then melting and yeah. So I'm gonna wait till it's here to stay so I can give you guys a nice good, snow day. But it definitely has been cold. I haven't been paying attention enough to tell you like what the coldest day has been this week, but the coldest I saw when I was paying attention to the temperatures was -8, which for Canada isn't really that cold, but for a lot of people -8 is cold. Yeah, so it's definitely the temperature where to kind of start possibly at least packing mitts, or gloves or whatever you guys call it. We call it so many different things over here. We call it gloves, we call it mitts. Is there another word other than gloves and mitts? I don't know. Gloves is like the one everyone says for the most part. But anyway, this is not a video about how people pronounce things. But yeah, so for today's video, I thought I would talk about my workouts. It's been a hot minute. I think it's been probably pretty close to a year now since I've done a legit exercise video. I did that video as more of a what I want to accomplish for this year, and being that we're about to hit the last month of the year, I figure maybe it's time I tell you guys what I've been doing for this year. And I still got a month to go, so I'm gonna hold off like as far as have I hit my goals type deal. I still got a month, so but I will tell you what I've been doing. So all year I've kept on track, and so I've been doing good. There are areas I've been slacking in, and I will tell you that. But where I've been doing good is I've been consistent with my exercises. I have been doing cardio pretty much every day. And yeah, I do take Sundays off from exercise. I consider like Monday to Saturday, I work my butt off with my exercise. And then Sunday is kind of like the day I can eat whatever the fuck I want. Not that I don't already, but like if I want to have a high calorie meal, I'll do it on a Sunday. Or if I want to go get McDonald's or something, I'll do it on a Sunday. And it's also the day I don't exercise. I need that day off. I feel like it is so beneficial to give yourself like I hate using the word cheat day, but it is a cheat day. And I like to, that's why I make sure I eat whatever I want and I don't exercise. I don't make it 2 separate days. I throw it all into one day. That way I'm only doing it 1 day a week, right? If that. Sometimes I will still eat, decently healthy, or, what I consider healthy, so sometimes I will eat healthy still on Sundays, but I do believe it's that day that you just kind of take the day off from all your, fit stuff. And honestly, that's what's kept me on track. Yeah. It's not that I look forward to Sundays and I'm like, oh, yay, Sunday, I can eat whatever I want and no exercise. Yeah, I don't really think of it that way, but it helps keep me on track. I take the Sunday off, and I think Sunday's a great day to do it because on average everyone wants to work out on a Monday. Monday is like, oh, I indulged over the weekend, I gotta get my shit together. Like, that's why gym days, if you ever go on a Monday, they are the busiest days. It's because everyone feels guilty about what they did that weekend, So they're like, oh my God, I went out with my friends and we went to a restaurant and I didn't cook a home cooked meal that was healthy, right? Like shit like that. So that's why Mondays are always so busy. So that's why I think Sundays are great, because it's that day off for you, and then you want to get back into the system, or system's probably the wrong word, but you want to get back into routine on Monday to make up for it, right? And not gonna lie, there were other reasons I picked Sunday. My editing for content creation was a big reason. I do a lot of it on Sunday, and yeah, so it really, whatever works for you, right? But that is the one that works for me. And hold on, my cat wants out. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that is how I have stayed on track, and that's been the major thing I've been doing this year. I've been exercising Monday to Saturday. Sunday I take off. As far as food has never been my issue. Every time I track it in the calories, they hate me because they're like, you're not eating enough, track more calories. Yeah, I've said it a couple of times and I'll say it again. My weight gain did not come from food. It came from editing 8 years straight every day, sitting on my ass in front of the computer, not moving, right? The number one thing I will say is that if you're a gamer or you just work at home or whatever the case is, you're in front of a computer, you have to move. Like, you have to make an excuse to move around. Yeah. So yeah. Do I eat a couple of unhealthy things once in a while? Sure, who doesn't, right? Like, I'm an Italian. I love pasta. Yes, of course. Of course, I eat some stuff that might be a little high in carbs. Drink wise, I like juice, but I water it down. So yeah, I don't intake a whole lot of sugar in my day. But I will say, if I add an extra sugar thing to the mix, like, I don't eat a lot, but my sugar allowance is not a whole lot. So if I go past, like, I don't know, a few coffees, we're kind of getting close to going over it, because I believe my allowance for it is only like 40 grams, which really is not much. If you look at some stuff that has sugar in it, 40 grams is not a lot for one day. Yeah, so yeah. But so I do track my food because I like to track everything. Here, I'll show you something. Okay, so this is a book that I bought, and I'll show you today's entry. So here's today's entry, November 16th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it was weights. And don't judge my weights. I feel like I'm doing good. I'm like a starter weight trainer, beginner. And then there's where I calculate, the calories. And then over here is food. So I got my coffee up there. And then I don't do lunch, like I don't even do breakfast, but I have my coffee, so I put it in breakfast. And then ribs and rice was my dinner tonight. And then the number you see down here is my allowance for, carbs and fat and protein. That's what I'm allowed to do. And then, it's incomplete because the day's not done. We're still on the day. Here, I'll show you this one. So there's a better example. So there's my total. And then this is all of this totaled up. And I'm always in the negative. Like I never I never eat enough according to them. I guess I forgot to put the info for the shake in there. To be fair, it still would have had me in the negative. So yeah, there's just like a little idea of my tracking. So I do still track the food, even although I know it's not what put the weight on. To be fair, I haven't gained since. Like since I realized, oh my God, we have not been moving for 8 years. Since I started moving, it's just constant lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, right? Just what I want to do is I'm trying to just have a flat tummy, and I don't know, guys might not understand this. I don't know if guys are like, oh, I need a flat tummy, but girls know how tough it is to like, have a flat tummy. And even more so after you've had 3 children. It's a tough challenge, but that's kind of what I'm aiming for. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. This past a week, I added weight training in. You saw some weight training in there. I started it on Tuesday. So I haven't been doing it for very long. I did it Tuesday, Wednesday, I didn't do it Thursday, and I did Friday. And I like keeping my weekends to just cardio because I do editing on the weekends. So, yeah. And then I'm also working on doing 1 hour walks. So the full routine is 1 hour walks, 1 hour weight training, 1 hour cardio. That's 3 hours a day. So you can understand why I take the weekends off from it, because it's hard to actually continue doing my content and editing my videos and all that while working out 3 hours a day. So yeah. And unfortunately, because I work from home, it does feel like work. It's like when you're going to a job, you don't gotta do the walk for an hour because you're walking for 8 hours, So it's like, it's all, it's extra motivation for every task. Gotta be motivated to take the 1 hour walk, motivated to do the cardio, motivated to do the weight training. So it's like 3 times a day, I'm re-motivating myself for exercise. So yeah. Like I said, the weight training is just at the beginning. I added it in because I've been told that, if you gain some muscle, it helps you lose weight. And I'm interested in anything that helps me lose more weight. So yeah. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I'd do it. Like, I'm okay with, like, little muscles, but I as much as I might not act like a girl most days, I like the feminine body, you know? And yeah, I'm not looking to get buff, you know? Like, yeah, I'm just looking to gain a little muscle that will help me lose weight. Yeah, basically, if it doesn't help me lose weight, I don't care about it. Yeah, that's basically how it works. So yeah, I'll let you know probably next year sometime how that's been going because it's too early into the game. It's middle of November. Yeah, but I have lost a lot of weight from doing cardio, especially since I've been doing it every day. That is out of all three, although I feel like the walk should probably be number one, but the most important thing for me out of all three is the cardio. I've done a good job staying on track. I do it every day, and I have been doing it every day all year, and aside from weekends, of course. So 6 days a week, cardio, and I've been doing good with that, and it has been shedding pounds off. So yeah, like I said, since I started moving around a little more, yeah, I was never a person that gained weight, so I'm not at all surprised that it came from not moving. You know, like, yeah, if I was gonna put pounds on, it was gonna be because I wasn't moving enough. Yep, for sure. Uh, so, um, so yeah, that's been my workout schedule. Now, I did say I would tell you what I slack on. It's the walks. I am doing my best to try to do a 1 hour walk every day. But it is tough. The reason I aim for an hour is because on average, you do 10,000 steps in an hour. And if you Google it, they say that you should do 10,000 steps every day. And, um, and, you know, once upon a time, that was no problem. You know, prior to working from home, was working in a warehouse atmosphere. I I basically didn't have to lift weights because I was lifting boxes nonstop for fucking 12 hours. And I never had to go to a gym because I was walking for 12 hours, you know, like that's how I honestly, that's probably how I stayed fit most of my life. Yeah. So I was skinny from, you know, the beginning to age 40. Yeah, it was when I hit 40 that my body was like, fuck you. Yeah. So that's probably how I did it, right? Like, yeah, the one thing I will say from, you know, from the different types of jobs I've had in my life is if you want to stay fit, and of course we all need a job, right? We all need to make a living. And yeah, just pick warehouse. Warehouse will keep you in shape. Yeah, it is the best job to have if you want to do both together. And honestly, when you're working, you know, 8 hours to 12 hours, however long your shift is, it is tough to fit exercise after that. It is really tough. So to have a job that's just naturally having you exercise while you're working is the perfect situation. Like that really is the perfect situation. And that's what I had for a long time. And honestly, I think I'm going to go back to that. You know, I miss that. I miss having that extra accidental exercise and yeah. Yeah, and I just feel like yes, you could force yourself like I am right now to do exercise from working from home, but I'm just going to say you will never do the amount of exercise from working from home as you would in like a warehouse atmosphere. Like you have to work. right? That is what does it. It's the fact that you need to make an income. You need to be there for 8 hours. The average person like sitting at home isn't going to be like, okay, let's go take a 8 hour walk. No, no. And they're definitely not going to do that 5 days a week. So yeah, that's why I very much suggest that kind of career if you're looking to do that kind of exercise. Of course, it depends where your career's sitting. Like if you're a doctor, you're not going to choose a warehouse. But you know, but you do what makes you happy, right? Like I had a really good paying job from a college degree that I had done like years ago, and that job was so stressful that I've quit it and I took a pay cut to be happy, more or less. So all depends. That's what I've been up to. Here, I'll put a picture of the Bowflex. So this is in the living room. I've shown the living room off in a video before, so you've maybe seen the Bowflex before. And yeah, so the Bowflex is what I've been doing the weight training on. Basically, it's resistance weights, and yeah, it's been going really well. I also have like dumbbells around here because I use them with my cardio all the time. There's a lot of times where you're using the dumbbells and you're like doing this to like, do your cardio. And yeah, so I have like 3 sets. They're just not like super, super heavy because, well, one thing I've learned is the heavier the weights, the cha-ching, the more pricier they are. But that's not the case with the Bowflex. The Bowflex has over 100 pounds on it. So yeah, yeah. Speaking of the weight training, I finally convinced my roommate to do it. So that's a really one big reason why I am doing it. Without him also being interested in it, I I don't know if I would have done it because I'm very paranoid with weights. It's one reason why I always fail at going to the gym because I'm too shy to ask about certain equipment. And then my roommate, for a long time, he was like, yeah, we should, but he never would. So finally, after a couple of years, he has, and he knows more about how machines work compared to me. So that was really my motivation. Shyness gets you nowhere, right? Like, yeah, like literally I haven't been weight training because I'm too shy. Like, what a stupid reason. And I have a gym membership. It's for a year. And yeah. But I was thinking maybe if the weights helps and I'm feeling like more strong, I think the next exercise activity that I want to throw in, because I've thrown in a bunch. You guys have had a few videos where I talk about, I have like skipping ropes for skipping, and the dumbbells, the fucking Bowflex, the exercise bikes downstairs, doing walking, like I've bought so much stuff for exercise. But what I was thinking is once I'm feeling stronger and, not so out of breath when I'm exercising, especially when I do the cardio, I would like to get back into swimming. And so I was thinking of doing that, and that is at the gym. So possibility. That's not gonna be anytime soon. Like, could I? Yeah. I know how to swim. I was in swimming lessons for a long fucking time, and I was also a lifeguard for a while because I don't know how it is wherever you're at, but over here, you take swimming lessons and you climb the ladder as far as like what rank in swimming you are, and then once you're at a certain rank, you can be a lifeguard. And I was very big into swimming when I was younger, so I definitely climbed the ladder for that, and lifeguard was like the goal, right? And and yeah, so and it's been a long fucking time. Like I don't know how many laps I could do in the pool anymore, but you don't know till you try, right? And it's the same thing with the weights, right? I'm just starting small. Like on this page, it's showing like on average, I do 50 pounds when I'm doing, like pull ups or, what else is there? Shoulder presses, Yeah. It's multiple reps, right? But yeah, you start small. You don't want to overwork it, because if you overwork it, then you injure yourself, and if you injure yourself, then you're on an exercise break, right? Like, yeah, I feel like it's better to start small, get used to things, and stay on track than to be so sore that you can't even work out. So yeah, but they do say, because my plan was to do the weightlifting 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, but they honestly suggest 3 days a week. So yeah, they suggest that you take a breaks, like 2 days on, 2 days off with the weight training. So I don't know what I want to do with that, you know. Next week's gonna be 3 days anyway, because I have a dentist appointment, and like the bad part of the dentist appointments is that every time I have one, they tell me not to exercise for 3 days. So the dentist is always interfering in my exercise schedule. So it'll be nice once we're just done with the dentist, and then I can, not worry about that. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know a bit about what I've been doing for my exercise. It's been working, and I'm really happy to have my roommate, who is my best friend, interested in the weight training. It does make my schedule a little more hectic, and especially since there's only a certain time I can do that with him, because, well, he works, so like I gotta wait till he's off of work, and yeah, and in turn that interferes with the stream schedule a bit. And yeah, you make sacrifices, right? Like you have to sacrifice to do things. There's only so many hours in the day. And yeah, so for those that watch the streams, you may notice that it's a later start now. When, like, on weekends, those are my days off, so you probably would still see me starting at 6 p.m., which the time frame's mountain time, in case you want to like check the time for yourself. But usually I would start at 6 p.m. I basically only do that on weekends now. If it's a weekday, we're usually starting at 8. And the reason for that is because I can't actually do weight training until 6 p.m. because that is, that gives him time to get home and then relax a little bit before the weight training starts. And yeah, so because of that, I'm not even done that till 7. So yeah, it has affected the stream a bit. So the streams are a little shorter on the weekdays, and yeah, but yeah, that's how that goes, right? So it's been quite the juggle to like juggle, 3 hours of exercise and recording videos, editing videos, work, and then just like regular things you do, regular things that take time, like making dinner or, taking a shower or shit like that. Like it's a juggle. Yeah. It's, I guess it sucks to have passion for things, right? Yeah. Because if I didn't have passion for content creation, and like, you guys have got to know that I have passion for that, right? Those that know me anyway, because we don't have just one channel. I am running like 4 channels, and I think I do pretty good. I'm just gonna say, I think I do it probably better than anyone I know. Well, actually, I don't know anyone that runs 4 channels and doesn't have an editor that edits. Yeah. Anyone out there that runs 4 channels has hired an editor. Yeah. So most people will just have 1 channel, and yeah. And I will say it is hard work. Yeah. But I love doing it. So, yeah. Yeah. But point is, it does put a damper into all the things I like to do. We do stream less because of it. I've, I think we do good though. Like, the fact that streams even still exist is amazing when I'm exercising 3 hours a day, going to work, um, any other random things I may do that day. Also editing, because like, I would say 6 p.m. to midnight every day is dedicated to 3 different activities. I'm either recording, editing, or streaming. That is my 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. activity, right? Like, yeah. It's, if I'm not on stream, damn straight I'm recording or editing something. So, yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling now, so we're gonna end it. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and hopefully you guys have some good weather happening on your side of the world. And yeah, the snow here, it's dropped a few times. I think we only have like a couple more snowfalls before the weather says you're stuck with me. Yeah. And winter's like the biggest season over here. Canadians always joke about how we only have one season, and it's called winter. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, have a great week, guys. And let me know if you've been doing any exercise. Yeah, I think that's all I got. So have a great one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.